Good evening once again, everyone. So I'm Junaid. So before we start about this talk, I hope and I believe that there is hardly anyone who is not aware what is ChatGPT.
That's the word we keep hearing.
Oh, yeah.
And I do have experience in generative models and language models.
Oh, good.
We work on.
Nice.
Did you do like projects in your college?
Yeah, I worked on improved dubbing using deep learning, using wave pool attachment, generative model, lip sync.
Oh, cool then.
I think up to the India offsite that has been happened a couple of weeks ago. All the ETA
Yeah,
experts are
everyone
on
is,
that.
now
the
AI is
meeting.
much, yeah. So before we meet our today's special guest, that is ChatGPT. So let's have some introduction about it. Okay. So it is a GPT, and once we talk about GPT, let's go with the letter by letter. So as our friend is already aware of generative AI, so G stands for generative AI, and it is something, the artificial intelligence, which is capable of creating a new content. So earlier we used to have a discriminative AI, which can analyze the data and predict the outcome of it, either it may be text or anything. It was an predicting AI or discriminative AI. So now we are in the phase of the generative AI, which is capable of creating the new content, which whatever the input or trained data which it had. So now I hope everyone is clear with the G. So let's move with the other letter in it, that is P, that is pre-trained model. So why is it pre-trained model? Because it, as we have discussed just now, that generative AI is trained on a large database, because creating something new, it should have first something to get trained on it, right? So we have a good pre-trained model for this ChatGPT, and then you guess what is the data which it got trained on?
Web pages, Wikipedia.
Yes.
Wiki articles, web pages, and everything.
Yeah, but the size.
It's like maybe 1 million terabytes.
Yeah.
Not terabytes, it's less.
It's studying.
Yeah, exactly. So it is 175 billion terabytes.
Yes.
So this is the largest patent model we have as of now. Till date. So it is a patent model which is having a such large database, or the data which it got trained on. So it is, P stands for pre-trained model. Again, the T is for transformer. It is a kind of architecture which it follows. Like we have different architectures or algorithms in AI. So we have predictor algorithm, estimator algorithm, which are for discriminative AI. But the generative AI will have a transformer architecture, which will take the input and generate a sequence, or capable of creating a new content in either it may be music or image or the text, the ChatGPT. So this is the GPT of our ChatGPT. So let's meet our today's special guest and our friend, the smartest chatbot till date, and which is creating revolution in the area of technology and also in the businesses. So presenting you all our friend ChatGPT here. I hope he's available. Sometimes he gets busy due to busy server. Okay, so this is our friend ChatGPT. So we need to refresh it to call it. Is it visible? Not yet.
I wish she was different.
Since the project settings work.
Do you know? Oh, cool. Yeah, so finally much waited. So we are meeting our friend ChatGPT. So thanks to our woman, Srivastava.
Also, please educate offline.
So this is a perfect meet. So this is our friend ChatGPT. Hi ChatGPT. How are you? I hope everyone is aware how to access ChatGPT. Need not to show. See, as a hello, I'm a language model created. So it's saying that I don't have feelings. So best thing about the ChatGPT is that it doesn't have feelings. The best thing can be a negative thing also, because having feeling is also good and in sometimes also bad. So it's neutral. So for our is purpose, we had some ready-made.
I guess there's an emphasis on that I don't have any feelings, because actually Google got in trouble when its language model was said it as a sentient actually.
Oh.
So that's the reason OpenAI was quite cautious, because Azure was like they have Azure servers, right? So Microsoft invested in OpenAI. So what happened was everyone were like Google was a bit cautious, because giving the language model to public, it might create biases actually. So for OpenAI, they are a bit careful about it. So they change and tweak it in a way that it doesn't have to be show any bias. So if you try to ask any polarizing questions like if you support Biden or Trump, it was like I don't care. Yeah.
Cool.
So
Thanks for this insight.
Yeah, maybe that's the reason.
Yeah. So we have already put screenshots to make to as we are concerned about time. So we have asked already few questions. So we have asked ChatGPT. So how is it? So it's saying that it doesn't have feel. Okay, it's neutral, and as our friend told that it has sentient analysis, but again it is acting that it don't. It is pretending. Okay. So then we ask our friend ChatGPT. You are in headlines and in everyone's top, bro. So then ChatGPT has replied that yeah, as in language model, everyone is talking about it. But again, it doesn't have that awareness of its own popularity. Yes.
It's not connected to the internet. The reason it's not aware is because it's not connected to the internet.
Yeah, ChatGPT actually trained on the
Yeah, it's a complete
it's
different
isolated
situation.
from the
That can
internet.
AI be self-aware. It's a complete.
It's disconnected from the internet actually. So what happens was if it's connected to internet, it can scrape the old data. So what happens is it's a code red for Google again. Yes, no one needs an anti-competitive what we say law against them. Right? So
Yeah,
obviously it's far from internet. So that maybe that's the reason it said I'm not aware of any popularity.
Because data would be like if you ask a ChatGPT, what is your knowledge of? It directly tell you that only till 2021.
Yes.
Whatever is available, it will be telling.
It's been only trained up to 2021 data and it's not updated. It's 2022
They
data.
are maintaining a server, like we can call it as a server farm actually. So they are maintaining a server farm where the data is being loaded. So if this updated data gets loaded into that specific server, then this will know that it is having some popularity in that.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not like real time.
No, it is not a real
It's not
time.
predict.
There's all the knowledge but only predicted.
Actually, there are many lawsuits lined up for ChatGPT because
For the data,
there are certain
any
copyright
bias.
texts actually which ChatGPT scraped.
Yeah, again it is restricted because it is a research
Yeah, it's a research.
version. So again, we are yet to experience the latest release version of
The
it.
problem comes in when what happens is when it's open source, that's for everyone's code. But when they use it to pay for subscriptions, what happens is everyone else hardware would be paid to only for OpenAI, which is for profit. So that's
No worries, we have another competitor from Google.
Yeah.
Its name
So
Google's.
large.
No, they invested $300 million in a company called X or something. Yeah, I guess.
So let's proceed to our friend ChatGPT. So following with other questions. So as every programmer's wish, everyone I think every programmer might have asked this question. Can you write a code for us to just to check how helpful it is to code for us? So we have tried this step. We have asked ChatGPT to write a Spring Boot framework code. People from Java can relate it. Okay. So we have asked it to write a code for us. So it has written a exact and perfect code for us. And not only that, it remembers the prompt and whatever the chat, the way of communication is, how it understand. It understand through a sequence of text, and we call it a prompt. So whatever we enter it as a chat. So we have asked our friend ChatGPT. Can you create a model class for it? So just we have not mentioned that for that particular code or for particular project. So it has given us the follow-up. It remembers whatever we say. It's like a conversational chat. So as other chatbot, other chatbot weakness is that they don't follow up the messages. So the power of our ChatGPT is that it remembers the previous chats also. So we just need to say, okay, give me some 4 ideas, and we can just give another prompt as, okay, I want to select the first one, please elaborate the first idea. So we need not to say that the exact name of it. So that's the power and how every programmer was shocked by seeing this. And when we ask our friend what's new with you today, so as Srivastava also told that it has the data until 2021. So no new data is being accessed by it as of now, since it is a research version. So it said that it will get updated by OpenAI. It doesn't have the power to get self-update, as rightly said by our friend also. So then what we asked our friend, what are the possibilities and use cases related to you? So then our friend ChatGPT has replied to us that it can be used as a chatbot and virtual assistant, conversational AI, which will help us to communicate with the devices. Like by using the interface of ChatGPT, we can use NLP over it, and we can interact with a device like Alexa, which can convert the speech into text and which can further have the interface of ChatGPT. So it can create a conversational AI. And then the other part is it is helpful, or is it a competition to content creator? So it's again a complete debate. And another possibility is that it helps in language translation. So better example I can relate is one fine day I was very confused while talking to one of the Kannada person. Then suddenly I realized, oh, why don't worry, I have ChatGPT. So I have ChatGPT. So convert this exact sentence in Kannada. So it has given me the exact same thing, but in Kannada writing script. Then I asked, okay, please convert it into English readable Kannada. Then it has converted actually it into English readable Kannada.
Okay. You have this feature in Translate also, no? Google Translate.
Yeah, just I wanted to check.
Google.
I just wanted to check our friend ChatGPT. Hope ChatGPT will not mind it. Okay, then as our friend also said that it has the power of sentiment analysis. It can analyze the sentiments, whatever we are providing it. Whether yeah, as of now we have it as text based, so it can analyze the sentiments from the text or the prompts. So that's all. So there are lot of still more enormous possibilities and unknown consequences of using ChatGPT again, but we will wind up here. So as our ChatGPT is busy with other friends also, it's great to meet you. Take care. Bye, ChatGPT. Then ChatGPT has replied us, you too, it was nice meeting to you. Take care and have a great day. Goodbye. So It's a simple interaction with our friend ChatGPT. You can have your own interactions and chats with it. You will have the addiction or something new added into your mind. So it not only comes with enormous possibilities or it not only revolutionizing the things, but also it is changing our thinking process. It is challenging us. Like
The next industrial revolution for us.
it is challenging our thinking process by seeing this, by interacting with ChatGPT. Okay, in long run, it can be addictive. It is already challenging the human capabilities. Lot of content creators, lot of programmers are already in panic that they will lose out their jobs and all. So it is directly impacting in a good way and also challenging our human capabilities, human thinking process. It has, and it is changing how we think about ourselves and around ourselves, the world and the technology. So this is going to have a very, very big impact on humanity and how we see the world. So now, as everyone is panicking about that it will replace us, it will replace our jobs.
No, it won't.
How many of you say that it will replace? Just raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. What others?
No, it won't be.
It won't.
It just acts as a productive tool, more as a productive tool, but not as a.
More as a productive tool, yes, first thing. And I'll tell you a small experiment.
Makes us concentrate on architecture wise.
When this Stack Overflow came, okay, Stack Overflow, Stack Grids and all, when they came, okay, they thought that, the programmers are done, because that has become a forum, whatever you can, like if even now, whatever you search in ChatGPT, you are getting all the codes, everything from Stack Overflow itself. Okay, when Stack Overflow came, people thought that the programmers will lose their job. People who don't know programming will come in and they'll start googling, they'll get into Stack Overflow, Stack Grids, whatever it is, and they'll get back into the work and all. It did not happen. Did it happen? No, it won't happen. So obviously the same will happen here also. Whatever it is the code, whatever it is the logic, everything, but there might be some changing point where you have to put your brain, your knowledge and your efforts and to make it success. So this is my point of view.
Yeah, good point of view.
And you would have heard this use black box or
Use black books, yes.
Yeah, when you ask for some random code or text, it directly used from Stack Overflow.
Stack Overflow. We have introduced that feature in one of our Infosys applications.
It rarely generates its own from scratch.
Yeah.
It mostly relies on this online repositories, Stack Overflow.
Black box. First it was a black box. Then there is Code GPT. So there is one more extension of Code GPT. So these arrived way before that ChatGPT itself. Like they thought they would be replacing the coding, everything stuff, but that did not happen.
Sure.
It won't.
Cool. So as our friend said, rightly said that it will not replace us humans and our jobs we do. So yeah, let's go with no possibility. Like why will ChatGPT will replace us? Yeah, we are humans. We have more super brain than ChatGPT. We can create so many tools like ChatGPT. It is just an invention of humanity, right? Why it will overpower humanity? We are having that creativity in us. We will always have that upper hand over it. Okay. But what if it really replaces us?
The problem with ChatGPT is that it's just a deep learning model and it randomly answers the question. It's not predictable that at one point the weights are different, right? So, for example, if I ask you a question 10 times, you will answer the same thing. You ask the same question 10 times to ChatGPT, what happens is every time there is a random assignment for those weights. So, you can't expect the same answer from that ChatGPT. Sometimes what happens is 10 out of 10, 5 would be a wrong answer again.
Cool.
So as you might expect, like I need to build a Spring Boot application. Ask once, it will give a first question. Ask 10 times, it will give different one, in which 5 will be errors actually.
Yeah. So as of now, our friend ChatGPT is in learning mode as it is still a brain child now. It is in a child version of it. So in future, what if it really becomes that powerful that it is replacing humans and human jobs are getting already at the risk of recession, we are having a tough competitor, ChatGPT. What if ChatGPT really replaces human jobs and human capabilities?
Well,
This will
we
take
look for other
humanities
jobs.
too. Because this is just a sample of what is to come, and it has been just 3 months. November 30th it is released, and it is already created based, and it is a very small sample of what is to come. The next, whatever is going to come, is exponentially bigger than this,
Yeah.
and it will. This is going to be an exponential curve. Ray Kurzweil mentioned that by 2023, the power of computing will be equivalent to that of a human mind, I think. And another 10 years later, it is equivalent to all of humanity. So if this can do that, what will people do? It's going to take a lot of, and this is only, it is said by somebody that, I don't remember who, but that this is the only technology, usually when technologies come, new technologies come, they create more jobs than it takes. But this is the only one which is going to take a lot of jobs than it will create. So, don't know. we have to think about what is it that currently, at least what all the generative AI, DALL-E, this one, Copilot, what it can do and what it cannot do. And whatever it cannot do, what can we excel at?
Good. Great point of view. Thanks for this for adding that. So, as our friend also said that what if in future it replaces human jobs and human capabilities? So, to understand this, let's go back to the history. Once upon a time, in the early man days, to travel from one city to other city, how do we used to travel? We used to travel by walk. We have walked from countries to countries, continents to continents by walk. So then we had, after centuries, we had a revolution. We humans started taming horses. So it has created a lot of revenues, job roles, etc., related to the taming of horses, which were used for travel purpose. And we have asked our friend ChatGPT what were the the roles and jobs which were present at the medieval history related to the horses. So it has given us some few of the roles which it expected, and imagine how many people were related to these industries. Thousands, lakhs, it can be millions. But again, centuries later, we had the revolution. Motorcycles, cars, technology came into play. Again, people started panicking. Imagine, like, there are millions of people who are already living on this livelihood. Their job was at risk. Okay, motorcycle has came into play now. So, yeah, but again, it has created a lot. It might have created, imagine and empathize with it. It might have created a lot of panic at that time. So then again, we humans, we have survived the early Ice Age time, like whatever the stages we have. So we are adaptive to change, and change is the only constant, as we say. So we are adaptive, and we will find out ways, as we have found out, like now the revolution of motorcycles and technology was actually benefit in long run. Okay, the starting friction was there, but okay. But again, if I say I respect every job, but again, if I say, if for any people, will they choose to sell horses or sell motorbikes? Which one will they prefer? So obviously, 90, we cannot say almost everyone. Okay, most of the people will prefer doing the roles related to the motorcycle or automobile industry, right? So the starting friction was there, but again, we humans have the capability to adapt to the change. We are capable of creating new creative roles and new ways of living, and actually it will help us to become and to live a better life with less human efforts and with good quality of life. So again, how we can make it possible, becoming not seeing ChatGPT as a competition, but making it as our friend. And believe me, ChatGPT can be a good friend of us. If you have any problem, just go to ChatGPT. It will be available at any time. You need any emotional counseling, it is always there. If you have any fight with your friend or anyone, you just go for counseling. It will give you, believe me, it will give you the best counseling you can have. It will actually
It's already
be.
taken many of the jobs of counselors.
No, like, it is a cool tool. I will tell you the example. We created a POC on ChatGPT by asking the ChatGPT itself, and we showed it to our manager how it works. So it is like you can use it in that way also.
Yeah. So it is actually helping us. Like programmers used to stay, any programmer can relate it. Like programmers used to stay entire night for finding one single bug. Now they can, with the help of this Copilot, AI, Smart AI, ChatGPT, we are capable of finding the bug more easily. So it is giving and saving our time. It is not actually making us this, but yeah, it's starting. It might be friction, but again, in the long run, it will help us to find a new ways and create some new, better opportunities which will help humans in a better way. So again,
So what I wanted to ask is, we were talking about how we are relying on ChatGPT for various things, right? So do you think it's laziness or convenience? Or what do you prefer it as?
yeah, that's the thing.
Because sometimes it can make
End of the day, this make our lives better and kind of like
Just
not being
being
lazy.
for example, if you have a customer representative, you can't just put a customer representative every time to answer those questions, right? You just need to have few basic questions answered, and it's quite tough for old or anyone who are lazy enough to read those terms and conditions. This ChatGPT will help them. But I have another point of view about ChatGPT. I don't know whether you guys accept it or not, but what it is, I guess ChatGPT is positively biased. Every time it will say, yeah, it's good. But what I think is, you really need some amount of negative, an opposite ideology too. But what happens is these guys train just to don't have a controversy thing. These guys like it's positively biased. So, for example, in US, Democratic are a big conservative, and they are like technology and that stuff, whereas Republicans were like Western side and they were like Native American that side, right? So both will fight each other, and at one point Republicans will win, and sometimes it did good stuff too. They did good stuff too. So there is a net amount of negativity too. But whereas for ChatGPT, it's supposed to train on English, and that too on a positive, like it's a democrat. Like if I, what I think is, if I told ChatGPT to vote someone, I guess it will definitely vote to Democratic Party. It never votes to Republican Party because it's a bit of like everything is about positivity there. If you think in the negative side too, there are a bit of creativity that comes out of that negativity because you have to think differently when you are like if you are a racist guy, you can't just think about how racist guy thinks, right? But sometimes that guy could be a creative. We don't know that. Yeah, so that's what.
see, as we have seen, ChatGPT is starting the revolution. It has started the revolution. So now a different understanding of the world around us. It has given live example here. So this is how we can actually rely on ChatGPT as of now. So, but again, it's a friendship, right? It's a two-street. Again, we have to be responsibly using it to make our bonding good with the ChatGPT, because if we use it unresponsibly, if we use it for any heavy purposes, in long run it might create a negative impact also, because whatever we are giving, we are taking help from it, it is actually getting trained on it. So we have to be responsible to make ChatGPT responsible. So it's completely, yes.
That's somewhere a very vague space to be in, is what I feel, because the amount of people, even if you look at the statistics and the number of people who have started accessing ChatGPT, the number of personalities that are getting fed into ChatGPT, eventually, right now we have this platform which is a little bit governed to a certain degree, and the moment that someone decides to create a similar platform, if not ChatGPT, which becomes a little more, say, autonomous, So if a platform like this becomes autonomous, and incidentally I did ask ChatGPT this very morning that, hey, can you train yourself in this particular advanced machine learning and neural networks and all formatting. So it responded by saying that I'm currently not an autonomous network, so I cannot rewrite my code. But when the capability of these systems arise to the point that they can rewrite their own codes, we are looking at
Everything's done.
Or else a bit of
All
company.
help.
Two options.
We have created an environment of fear.
So I
no, it's one case.
One case,
use
yeah.
case.
Yes, it is.
It can be one of the possibilities.
Yeah.
Can
That's
happen.
inevitable. It will happen. It's just a
Autonomy
matter
in
of time.
AI, it's a very debated upon topic, and people are trying their best to not let AI get any autonomy. Although at some point or the other, someone has to flip that switch, and someone
That's
might.
the part of exploration actually.
let's hope when someone's put on a chokehold that happens.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's
there needs to be a
what-
kill switch for
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
that even the most autonomous AI would not be able to access.
So I have something to ask you. Like you said, it's morely seen as a positive, in a positive light, right?
Yeah.
ChatGPT. There's no one contradicting it. So what happens when Google comes up with its own AI and like Sparrow? I think they're working on it,
There
right?
is no regulation have for these deep learning models. So what happens is most likely the regulation gets in, and these are US companies. Obviously, the regulation gets in, justice departments gets in, and they try to stop a few of those. Yeah.
Don't you think they might make it? Let's get old school here.
The,
They will try to negate what this ChatGPT, or they'll try to make it in a villainous side. And, I mean, shed some negative light so that their AI can. Do you think that silly competition might exist?
could be, but the problem is that Google main business is the ad fund actually.
But
So
that
it's
is more
mostly-
challenging, right? If someone challenges you.
Yeah. They're doing actually invested now in a company which is directly competitive to OpenAI. Yeah, 10% stake. They took 10% stake in that company. So they're doing it, but in a sense that just in a like it's just take this $100 million, compete with OpenAI. We'll go for ad business. We'll make sure OpenAI won't disrupt it. That's what they just want to have those pictures of those shoes, that thing. That's it. Because if you get answers from OpenAI directly, then that's one search engine, Google. We find Google as effective. Okay, even if you want to have that Spring Boot application, we'll search it out, have a template, we'll edit it as feasible. If we ask OpenAI, it will just directly give us template, but the problem is it will give a single template and we have to correct those errors. Yeah.
So,
But the interesting thing is, in 1950s, Turing had this game actually to detect whether a person on the other side would be a conversational AI or not. Turing machine. Yeah, so Turing test. And I guess this one will pass it up easily. Because the humans can't guess whether it's generated by OpenAI. Most of the time, normally the survey.
and we have anti-Turing test also. Like in Turing test, we identify if the machine is able to deceive humans, if it is machine or not. Again, we have the anti-Turing test where humans can deceive the AI that we are humans or AI itself. So we have anti-Turing test also. So coming to the summing of our speech, we humans are capable. As of now, what my opinion, your opinions can be different, and again, every opinion is respected, and there is a possibility, and that is how our diversity is. We humans are diversified, but again, we are humans.
So it's very strange to hear the term we humans. It's like the whole new species out there and we are like
Actually, we saw that in films actually, where they specifically say humans and androids. And now we are hearing it in live. Right.
the first time I've heard that term we humans.
Cool. So again, we can make ChatGPT as our friend. As there is a saying that love is the greatest force of the universe, not only technology, not only please come. So there is a universal law also that love is the greatest flow which is running the universe. It is accepted by many philosophers, not only philosophers, any scientist, anything, every deep philosophy if you go, you will find out that love is the only energy which is driving everything. That is what my experience. You can have your own understanding how and what running the universe is. But again, my opinion here is we can make ChatGPT our good friend by because not only taking help of it, we should actually help it. So for helping it to grow towards better things, and how we can do it, we have the option. We can give it feedback. As of now, this is the help list we can do. We can train it by providing whatever the option we can give a positive feedback. Whenever you click on that thumbs up, you will get that option to give a good feedback to get a better trained model of ChatGPT. And if you find any bad data, you can give the thumbs down and provide what wrong or what harmful or what not true, what not helpful you find out. So this is the least help as of now we can do to our friend ChatGPT, and we can make good friendship with it. That is how we can grow togetherly towards better things. Thank you.
I do have a question actually. Is there any rule that preventing ChatGPT from being a Toastmaster?
It has to enroll.
This is such a Toastmaster. It is a Toastmaster that will roast you. It's already a Toastmaster. You don't even know it.
May backfire.
So that is still the expression that a human can bring into their voice and the emotions that they can bring. ChatGPT combined with a few AI technologies, maybe at some point in time, but not at this point. There's something called a Synthesia.io, so which is also an AI platform where you type in some text and then all of that is converted into an AI voice, and there's a face who would also speak that whole thing out. So if people combine ChatGPT with Synthesia, because they are also trying to do that, like multiply this, combine these AI platforms and see what comes out of it. People are creating music videos. There's a free music generating AI as well. Beat Oven. It's called Beat Oven.
Okay.
BEAT
It's
OVEN. Yeah, beatoven.io. Something like that. So people are creating music videos with AI, combining DALL-E or Midjourney, Beethoven, and ChatGPT.
You can sit in your room and create a movie.
Yeah,
create your own
all of that is
music
happening.
album.
Yes, Facebook do have it. Like if you have a prompt, it will generate a video. It's about 50 seconds of that.
So that's all, friends. Summing up, we can grow together towards better things, taking help and helping ChatGPT. That's all.
The
Thank you.
only way we can stop it from disrupting is we have to don't stop exploring that. We have to grow with it. If we stop exploring, jobs will be disrupted.
Yeah. If we take it, that is how we have to be
go
responsible.
in anyway because
And again, there will be a shift, downshift. Again, if we become lazy, we will be enforced to become active because of the consequences.
and every time there is a disruption, there is a literacy rate that climbed up. So even in industrial revolution, every time there is literacy rate that's just climbing up just because they don't want to lose those jobs.
And also during COVID, we have seen a greater shift while becoming hybrid. And there is always a law of universe. Like whenever there is a negative impact, time of recession, people are getting promoted to good jobs. Like every bad time also have like during the world wars, we have seen a lot of good inventions. So it's balancing. There is some balancing force which I believe is love, and we can make with ChatGPT. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinay, for such an interesting course on ChatGPT. We can continue with the rest of the meeting. This section would be developed.